The Mets dropped the rubber game against the last-place Washington Nationals on Thursday afternoon, losing 9-3. Here are the takeaways. For the first time since late July, it looked like Manaea was poised to have a good day on the mound. The left-hander began his outing by retiring 9 of the first 10 batters he faced, including 7 via strikeout. The only hit Manaea allowed over the first 3 innings was a ground rule double by Brady that got stuck in the left field wall padding and barely missed being a home run. Still, after the first hard-hit ball against him and the first Nationals' chance to score, Manaea came back to strike out 2 to end the inning and leave the runner stranded at second. From then on, though, things got tricky for the lefty. The 4th inning began with another strikeout, Manaea's 8th of the game, but catcher Hayden Senger couldn't stop the sweeper, and CJ Abrams reached safely on the wild pitch charge to Manaea. After a lineout, a single, and a hit by pitch loaded the bases, Abrams came around to score on Dylan Cruz's groundout to second base. Brett Baty made the play going to his right, cutting off Francisco Lindor, who might have had a chance to step on second and double up Cruz even with his speed. After surrendering just the 1 run in the 4th, Manaea was back out for the 5th and paid for another defensive misstep. Following a single to start the inning, Jacob Young laid down a sacrifice bunt, which was handled by Pete Alonso. Instead of getting the short out at first base, Alonso threw to second to try and get the lead runner out, but his throw was too late. Alonso's aggressiveness put runners on first and second with nobody out and had Manaea in some more hot water. The left-hander got 1 out before hitting his second batter of the game to load the bases once again. Met killer Paul DeJong hit a sacrifice fly to get Washington closer, but Manaea was 1 out away from escaping further damage. However, he was unable to close the door and walked Andres Chaparro to end his outing and left with the bases loaded. Up by 1, manager Carlos Mendoza turned to Tyler Rogers to get the final out of the inning and hold on to the lead, but the Submariner came in and immediately gave up the lead on a 2-run single by Riley Adams. Both runs were charged to Manaea, who went 4.2 innings and gave up 4 earned runs on 3 hits, a walk, 2 HPPs, and a wild pitch. It's the 4th consecutive outing that Manaea has allowed 4 earned runs or more after coming off the IL and pitching to a 2.08 ERA in July. In 4 games, 3 starts, Manaea has an ugly 7.91 ERA in 4 August starts. His season ERA now sits at 5.15 in 36.6 innings. On the other side, pitching for the Nationals, Mackenzie Gore lasted just 4.13 innings and was touched up for 3 runs, including Lindor's leadoff home run to start the game, the shortstop's 8th time leading off a game with a homer, a new franchise single-season record. Starling Marte also tagged Gore for a solo shot in the 3rd to give the Mets a 2-0 lead. But against Washington's bullpen, which has struggled all season, New York couldn't get anything going. 5 pitchers held the Mets scoreless for 4.29 innings, and before Lindor's 2-out single in the 9th, their last hit was a single in the 4th inning by Cedric Mullins. Instead, it was New York's bullpen that let the game get away. After Rogers failed to bail out Manaea in the 5th, the roof caved in on Ryan Stanek. The right-hander allowed 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. The big blow came off the bat of the struggling James Wood, who unloaded on a 3-run bomb to break the game open and give the Nationals a 9-3 lead. Stanek now has a 5.65 ERA this season and an 18.56 ERA over his last 7 appearances, 5.1 innings. Senger notched his first career RBI with a sacrifice fly in the 4th that put New York ahead 3-0 at the time. Game MVP, Riley Adams. He finished 2 for 3, and his 2 RBI in the 5th gave his team the lead that it would not relinquish.